Hello, my wonderful and beautiful friends. Welcome back to our series, The Entitled Ones, where people truly believe they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, because no one else matters. In this episode, we'll dive into an entitled customer demanding a refund for no clear reason, a classic wedding ruining grandma, a family birthday cake drama, and a shocking affair revelation from a business trip. I hope you enjoy these stories, just try not to shake your head too hard. As always, you can send or link your own submissions to the email right here. Let's dive in. Story 1, The Never-Ending Birthday Cake Drama. The story begins with OP, an absolute kitchen enthusiast. The kind of person you can easily picture standing in the kitchen, wearing a floral apron, passionately holding a whisk, while the entire house is filled with the delicious aroma of freshly baked cakes. OP has a special ritual. Every year, without fail, they bake a birthday cake for their niece, little ever since she was born 8 years ago. And no, this isn't just a quick slap of frosting on a cake. This is a grand journey of love and powdered sugar. Year 1? A simple vanilla cake with a candy smiley face. Little A couldn't eat it yet, but who cares? It was all for fun. The following years? Sparkly princess cakes, fancy car cakes, exquisite buttercream masterpieces, each one crafted with absolute dedication, spending hours meticulously decorating, just to see A's radiant smile. But then, plot twist. Drama crashes down like a storm of flour. A's mom, OP's sister-in-law, suddenly flips, losing all interest in this tradition. OP is left baffled. Wait, you used to enjoy this, what changed? And thus, we officially enter the birthday cake versus family drama war. Grab a seat, some popcorn, and prepare for chaos. Act 1, The Cake Critic Awakens. The saga of controversial cakes truly kicks off in A's second year. OP, still blissfully unaware, thinks that as long as they put effort into making a great cake, everyone will be happy. Oh, but no. The Family Cake Approval Committee, which is basically just OP's sister-in-law, steps in to crush that sweet dream. That year, OP proudly presents a gorgeous chocolate orange cake, a true masterpiece. But as soon as it hits the table, sister-in-law shakes her head. Too sweet. Not good for the kid. OP, still a kind soul at this point, thinks, okay, fair point. Kids shouldn't have too much sugar. I'll adjust next year. Next year? OP carefully makes a light lemon cake, with less sugar, less frosting, a perfect healthy balance. Guess what? This cake is too bland. Boring. The kid won't like it. At this point, OP senses something suspicious. Wait, so what exactly do you want? Still, OP smiles, determined to please, channeling the patience of a MasterChef contestant. Just tell me what you want, and I'll make it. Sister-in-law, exuding the confidence of a family psychology professor, responds. Just make whatever. I trust you. Trust what? You reject every cake. And so, OP enters the endless cake loop of confusion. At this point, I just want to say, OP, if you're baking for fun, maybe just eat the cake yourself and spare yourself the headache. Act 2, The Never-Ending Cycle of Rejection. Like a broken record stuck on repeat, every year plays out the same. Year 5, OP makes a grand castle cake for their little princess. Surely, this will impress. Too much frosting. She'll get fat. Alright, less frosting next year. Year 6, OP carefully crafts a healthy fruit cake, using fresh, organic ingredients. Surely, sister-in-law will approve this time? The fruit is too sour. She won't eat it. At this point, OP starts wondering, wait, do you actually hate cakes, or do you just enjoy criticizing me? This is the moment when most sane people would throw down the spatula, chuck the whisk into the corner, and vow never to bake again. But not OP. OP is a flower warrior. Because they don't bake for sister-in-law. They bake for little A. And for their undying love of baking. And me? I just want to stand up and yell. OP, you have more patience than I ever will. If I were you, I'd bake a cake and eat it all myself. Act 3, The Breaking Point. The climax of this tragic comedy arrives on A's 8th birthday. After years of enduring criticism like a saint, OP decides to go all out. A grand 3-tier chocolate cake, smooth buttercream frosting, and glittery star decorations. Total time spent? 6 hours. Yes, 6 hours. Sweating, pouring their heart and soul into this cake. But OP has learned from past mistakes. This time, they carefully ask first. What kind of cake do you want? Sister-in-law, just make something good. I don't have any preferences. OP breathes a sigh of relief. Phew, finally, this year will be fine. Oh, OP, you sweet summer child. The horror movie begins the moment OP arrives at the party. Before OP can even bask in the glory of their masterpiece, sister-in-law glares, eyes shooting lasers. Why didn't you ask me first? A doesn't like chocolate. Why did you make this? OP is stunned. Wait. I did ask. You literally said make whatever. But sister-in-law, now in full gaslighting mode, insists. You asked just to ask. I never said chocolate. And that was the final straw. OP snaps. If you don't like it, then make the cake yourself. I'm done. And guess what? Sister-in-law immediately plays the victim. You're breaking tradition over your ego? Oh, will be so sad. Oh, so the past 7 years of non-stop complaints weren't a problem? But now it is? OP delivers the final blow. Why would I be sad about something you hate every year? And little A? Sitting there, confused, like a side character who doesn't understand the plot. And the beautiful chocolate cake? Untouched. OP, recounting the story. I took the cake home. Angry. Heartbroken. 6 hours of work, wasted. And me? I just want to scream. Sister-in-law, if you don't appreciate it, then stop making OP suffer. The internet's verdict, who's the real villain? OP posts this saga on Reddit with a simple question. AITA for refusing to bake cakes for my niece's birthday anymore? Boom. The comment section explodes. Team OP. Sister-in-law is impossible. OP bakes with love, and she just criticizes. She can make her own cake. If OP is wrong, then no one in this world is right. I'd just bake the cake and eat it myself. Team sister-in-law. OP is being too sensitive. She's just trying to look out for her child. Keep baking for A. Don't let this ruin it. And then, the legendary comment that wins the internet. Next time, make a savory cake. See what she says then. Final update. After the explosive argument, sister-in-law sends a half-hearted apology. I didn't mean to criticize, but please don't stop making cakes. Excuse me? Didn't mean to criticize? Then what were the past 7 years? OP is now debating whether to continue or quit. And I'm just here yelling. Op! If you bake, bake for A, ignore the cake critic. What do you think? Should OP forgive and bake on? Or should they quit and enjoy their cakes in peace? And has anyone else had a beloved family tradition ruined like this? Share your stories, I'm dying to hear them. Story 2, a marriage with a Netflix-worthy plot twist. This time, OP shares a story about a seemingly happy marriage that takes a sharper plot twist than a Netflix drama. When I finished reading, I just wanted to scream. Wait, what is happening to this marriage? Meet OP, a kind, simple man who has been married to H for 6 years. They have a 4-year-old child, and he genuinely believes he is in a stable marriage, not overly romantic but happy enough. Sounds familiar? Like the calm before the storm, right? Everything changes when H goes on a 4-day work retreat. OP recounts. She works for a big company, and these retreats are meant for team bonding, usually held at luxurious resorts. He has no suspicions at all. In fact, he even helps his wife pack, waves her off like a male lead in a Korean drama, and lovingly reminds her. Have fun, and don't forget to text me. H smiles sweetly and swears. Don't worry, I'll update you every day. At this point, I already have a bad feeling, and rightfully so. This retreat is about to shatter OP's trust into a million pieces and kickstart a top-tier drama. I bet this is the kind of story that makes you want to grab popcorn and scream. Alright, where's the drama? Who cheated? Who's lying? Hurry up and spill the tea. Brace yourself, because this plot twist is brutal. Day 1 of the retreat, everything seems normal. OP gets texts from H like. The resort is beautiful. Team building was fun today. OP, still clueless, replies. Glad to hear. Take pictures for me. OP, do you really think your wife is living the life of an innocent tourist? Day 3, the texts become as rare as a weak Wi-Fi signal. OP asks. What are you up to? H replies. Busy, I'll text later. And after that, silence. That night, OP receives no more messages. Still, he reassures himself. She's probably just tired. It's a work retreat, being busy is normal. Meanwhile, I just want to shake him and yell. Busy all night? Really? Day 4, the day H returns. OP drives to the airport, holding a bouquet, imagining his wife running into his arms like in a romantic movie. But reality hits like a truck. H appears. Not alone. She walks alongside a man, let's call him X, smiling and chatting like long-lost soulmates. OP freezes like a wax statue at Madame Tussauds. Still holding the flowers. Brain short-circuiting. X? Tall. Handsome. Sophisticated. Even pulling OP's wife's suitcase. OP, buddy, I think you brought flowers for the wrong person. Trying to stay calm, OP steps forward and asks. Hey, who's this? H forces a smile and replies. Oh, this is X, my colleague. We happen to be on the same flight. Oh, sure. Happen to be on the same flight? Then why not take separate rides home instead of acting like lovebirds? Drama hits level 2. After they get home, OP notices H's behavior. H, constantly on her phone, giggling at her texts. OP, who are you texting? H, just a coworker, nothing important. Nothing important? Then why is she smiling like she just won the lottery? OP's suspicions grow, and one fateful night, he decides to check H's phone. What does he find? A text from X, hitting OP like a punch to the gut. Thanks for an amazing weekend. Can't wait to see you again. Amazing weekend? This was supposed to be a work retreat, not a honeymoon. OP explodes. The next morning, he confronts H, holding up the phone like a teacher reading out bad grades. What does amazing weekend mean? Was this a retreat or a date? H turns pale and stammers. You're misunderstanding. We're just friends. Sis, that excuse is expired. OP doesn't let up. He keeps pushing until H breaks down and admits. We drank at the retreat, and kissed once. But that's it. Excuse me, what? Sis, that means you did cheat. H cries. You're overreacting. It was just one drunk mistake. Just one mistake? A kiss isn't a car accident, it doesn't just happen by accident. OP, cold as ice. I need time to think. After a few days of emotional turmoil, OP makes his decision. I can't stay with someone I can't trust anymore. I'll take custody of our child. H moves out. H, sobbing. OP, unbothered, ice cold. Final mic drop. You made your choice. Now live with the consequences. Reading this, I felt both heartbroken for OP and frustrated. H, a kiss isn't an accident, it's a choice. But what do you think? Did OP make the right choice? Is just a kiss forgivable? Or should OP never look back? Cue Reddit explosion. OP posts. I'm divorcing my wife because she kissed another man. Am I overreacting? Boom. The comments section erupts like an overheated pressure cooker. Team OP. No, cheating is cheating. Once trust is broken, there's nothing left to save. If it was just a kiss, why did she lie and hide it? Team H. Come on, it was just one drunk mistake. OP should forgive her. If she still loves OP, should one moment of weakness ruin an entire marriage? And, of course, the legendary troll comments. Next time, OP should just go on the retreat too. Problem solved. If alcohol makes people cheat, I better lock up my fridge before it ruins my life. I laughed so hard, but ultimately, I'm with OP on this one. H, you threw away your marriage for one kiss and then blamed the alcohol? Own up to it. But here's what I really suspect. Theory 1, H did more than just kiss and is hiding the real story. Theory 2, H was already unhappy in her marriage and used this retreat as an excuse to let loose. Either way, OP made the right call. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and once it's gone, you can never fully repair the cracks. The saddest part? Their 4-year-old child. Innocent, yet caught in the fallout of a broken home. Latest update from OP. After the breakup, H texted, begging for another chance. I was wrong. Please take me back, for our child's sake. Now OP stands at a crossroads. Forgive her, but live with someone he can't fully trust. Move on, knowing his child will grow up in a separated household. If it were me, I'd say, OP, only take her back if you can trust her 100% again. Otherwise, you'll just get hurt all over again. But what do you think? Should OP give H a second chance? Have you ever dealt with a cheating drama like this? Spill the tea, I'm all ears. This is one wild emotional roller coaster. A work retreat turned a marriage into ashes, ending in a heartbreaking breakup. So, whose side are you on, OP or H? Got your own marriage drama to share? Drop a comment, I'm dying to know. Story 3, when Grandma turned the wedding into her own stage. This time, OP shares a wedding drama that made me want to scream, Grandma, what are you doing? OP was just an ordinary guest at their cousin's wedding, let's call her D, a meticulously planned event featuring a pure white wedding gown, deep red roses, and an outdoor reception by a picturesque lake. OP wrote, D and her groom, T, spent a whole year planning everything, from picking the venue to cake tasting, all to make their big day perfect. But the real star of this drama wasn't the bride or groom. It was D's grandmother, let's call her Grandma G. OP shared, Grandma G is well known in the family for being over the top. At every gathering, she either tells long-winded stories or demands everyone take photos with her. OP initially thought Grandma G would just be a minor annoyance, maybe talking too much or hugging the bride a little too long. Nope. Grandma G turned this joyous occasion into a full-blown theatrical performance, with herself as the leading lady. I bet you've encountered an elderly relative like this at some point in your life. Are you ready for the chaos? Brace yourselves, because Grandma G does not disappoint. Act 1, the wedding becomes Grandma's personal runway. The drama kicked off like a primetime soap opera, starring Grandma G as the unrivaled protagonist. It all started when she dropped a bombshell on the bride. I'm going to wear white to the wedding. White looks good on me. Wait. What? Grandma, how is that relevant to someone else's wedding? Dee was as stunned as if she had just walked into a plot twist in a detective movie. She stammered. Grandma, white is for the bride. But did Grandma G care? Nope. Not even a hint of hesitation. She boldly declared. I'm the eldest in this family. I have to stand out. You kids don't understand anything. Excuse me, Grandma. If you want to stand out, how about we throw you a grand festival for your 70th birthday instead? Emergency alert, the bride's family mobilizes, but it's useless. Dee tried to reason with her. Her mother stepped in to help. "Mom, please don't do this. People will get the wrong idea." But Grandma G, standing firm like an ancient stone monument, shot back. "I'm old. I should get priority. Grandma, are you ordering bubble tea or attending a wedding? This is a marriage ceremony, not your birthday party." The family, now utterly desperate, convinced themselves that maybe Grandma was just joking. Wrong. So very wrong. I wanted to scream. "Grandma G, what priority? This is Dee's day, not yours." Could you guess what happened next? Would Grandma actually show up in a glittering white gown and a crown? Let me tell you. Act 2, the wedding hijacking, Grandma G, the self-proclaimed bride. Like a main character straight out of a dramatic TV series, Grandma G executed her plan flawlessly. No one could stop her. No one could shake her determination to be the center of every photo. The grand entrance. On the big day, Grandma G gracefully glided into the wedding venue, draped in a flowing white gown, covered in sparkling sequins, shining brighter than the entire lighting setup. From a distance, the guests murmured in confusion. "Wait, why are there two brides?" While Dee stood there, the true vision of a bride, the spotlight seemed to magnetically pull toward Grandma G, who was holding a wine glass and grinning like she was about to walk down the aisle herself. The groom was in shock. T, in a state of disbelief, leaned toward Dee and whispered, "Babe, what is your grandma doing?" Dee, trying her best to keep the peace, forced a saintly smile like a Buddhist monk in deep meditation. "Just let her have her moment." Warning, Dee's patience level has now ascended to God tier. If it were me, Grandma G would have been escorted out of the spotlight a long time ago. But wait, there's more. Act 3, the battle for center stage. During the wedding photos, as everyone was carefully arranging themselves for a beautiful shot, Grandma G suddenly charged forward, shoving herself between the bride and groom. She turned to the photographer and shouted, "Take my picture in the middle. I'm the most important person here." The photographer froze. T, in a panic, tried to pull her aside. "Grandma, please, let us take a photo first." But no. Grandma G refused to be sidelined. Like a queen asserting dominance over her kingdom, she stood her ground. "I'm the grandmother. I belong in the center." The result? More than half of the wedding photos featured Grandma G standing proudly in the middle, and in some, she was even holding the bride's bouquet, which no one saw her snatch. So, instead of a romantic album capturing the love between D and T, we got an album of Bride G, beaming as if she had just married T herself. At this point, I just wanted to scream. "Grandma G, do you think this is an audition for the young bride or something?" Final act, Grandma G's musical coup. If you thought Grandma G was done, you thought wrong. After stealing the spotlight all night, she orchestrated one final act of rebellion. The scene, the wedding reception. The first dance was about to begin. D and T had carefully selected a romantic ballad for this once-in-a-lifetime moment. But suddenly, Grandma G stood up, threw her arms wide, and yelled, "I don't like this song. Change it." The entire wedding froze. The DJ, paralyzed, hovered over the mixer, unsure what to do. Meanwhile, Dee stood there, her face flushed red, tears welling in her eyes as if she had stepped into a horror movie instead of her wedding. T, desperately trying to salvage the moment, rushed over to the DJ. "It's okay, just keep playing it." But no. Grandma G marched to the center of the dance floor, spread her arms like a true diva, and yelled, "Stop it! I want disco." Guests, shocked. DJ, wondering if he accidentally booked a birthday party instead. Grandma G, unwilling to be ignored, declared, "What kind of wedding is this? No one respects their elders." At that moment, Dee's mom sprinted into action, dragged Grandma G to her seat, and hissed through gritted teeth, "Moam, enough. Meanwhile, I was reading this story like, Grandma G, you just destroyed your granddaughter's wedding. Aftermath, the internet reacts. OP wrote. After the wedding, D cried to me, the happiest day of my life was ruined by Grandma G. Reddit exploded. Team Bride. Grandma G was way out of line. This wedding was for the couple, not her. Team Grandma. She's old. Just let her have her fun. Someone even joked. Next time, just make Grandma G the maid of honor so she can stand in the middle all day. My take? Grandma, you can have fun, but don't turn the wedding into your stage. What do you think? Was Grandma G entitled or just lonely and seeking attention? And if you were D, how would you have handled her? Story 4, entitled Customer Demands a Refund for an Item They Didn't Buy. Finally, we arrive at our /EntitledPeople, the subreddit where people's outrageous demands can leave you both furious and amused. This time, OP shares a store drama that made me want to scream, dude, how do you even live like this? OP works as a sales associate at a small toy store, the kind of place where you can find cute remote-controlled cars, dolls, and building sets for kids. OP writes, I've been working here for 3 years and have encountered all kinds of customers, but no one has ever shocked me as much as this guy. The main character of this drama is a customer, let's call him Mr. K, who walked into the store acting as if he owned the entire world. OP explains, our store has a clear policy, refunds are allowed within 30 days with a receipt, the item must be in its original condition, and it has to be purchased from here. OP assumed Mr. K was just another regular customer, maybe looking for a toy for his child. But nope, he was there to turn OP's workday into a dark comedy. I bet anyone who has ever worked in customer service can relate to this kind of story. Are you ready? Buckle up, because Mr. K is about to make you laugh and shake your head at the same time. The drama began on an otherwise peaceful afternoon at the store. OP recalls, I was behind the counter, organizing some toy robots, when Mr. K walked in, holding an old, beat-up remote-controlled car. The paint was chipped, the wheels were loose, you could tell it had been used for ages. Mr. K slammed the car onto the counter and snapped, give me a refund. This thing is broken. OP looked up and calmly asked, when did you buy it? Do you have the receipt? Mr. K replied, I don't remember when I bought it, but it's broken, so you have to give me my money back. OP writes, I looked at the car and immediately found it suspicious, it didn't look like any model we sold, and even the logo was different. At this point, I'm thinking, dude, where did you even get this from? Trying to remain professional, OP explained, sir, we only refund items purchased here. Do you have a receipt or any proof of purchase? Mr. K raised his voice, I don't need a receipt. I know I bought it here. What kind of business are you running? OP decided to double-check and picked up the car for a closer inspection, no store label, no product code, nothing to indicate it was from their inventory. OP then said, I'm sorry, sir, but this is not one of our products. If you bought it elsewhere, you should return it there. But Mr. K wasn't having it. He slammed his hand on the counter and yelled, I don't care. You sell toys, so you're responsible. Give me my money back. OP writes, I stood there, feeling both frustrated and amused, responsible for what exactly, when he just brought in a random toy. The situation escalated when Mr. K started making a scene. OP recounts, he shouted across the store, call the manager. I don't talk to low-level employees. At this point, a few other customers browsing the store turned to look, their faces filled with second-hand embarrassment. OP called for the manager, let's call her Ms. L, to handle the situation. Ms. L arrived and asked, what seems to be the problem? Mr. K repeated, this car is broken. I want a refund. Ms. L examined the toy and calmly responded, sir, this is not a product we sell. We don't carry this model. But Mr. K still refused to listen. He shouted, you're all scammers. I'll sue you. I'll expose you online. OP writes, I stood behind the counter, thinking, sue us for what? You don't even have proof. Meanwhile, I just wanted to yell, Mr. K, are you making this up as you go? The peak of the drama happened when Mr. K came back a few days later. OP recalls, I thought he had given up, but nope. This time, he walked in empty-handed and said, I've thought it over. You people are really unfair, but I forgive you. Now give me my refund. OP was dumbfounded, refund for what? You didn't even bring the car this time. Mr. K, with a straight face, responded, I threw it away, but I still want my money back. Ms. L came out once again and firmly stated, no item, no receipt, no refund. Mr. K gave them a death glare and stormed out, leaving with the dramatic final words, I will never shop here again. OP writes, I let out a sigh of relief, thinking, thank you, please don't come back. Meanwhile, I'm laughing because, Mr. K, you embarrassed yourself and still expected money? That's peak entitlement. After the incident, OP shared the story with colleagues, and they all had a good laugh. The Reddit comments exploded. Team OP, Mr. K is beyond entitled. How do you demand a refund for something you didn't even buy? Team Mr. K, though much smaller, maybe he genuinely made a mistake? The store could have given him a small refund just to keep the peace. Some people even joked, next time, OP should just sell the old car back to him and make a profit. Reading all of this, I couldn't help but laugh, but I firmly stand with OP, no receipt, no item, no refund. Case closed. Now, here's a theory for you all. Do you think Mr. K was genuinely confused, or was he trying to pull a scam? Maybe he thought, it's a small store, the staff is soft, if I yell loud enough, I'll get my money. Or maybe he's pulled this trick elsewhere and thought it would work again. In any case, OP and Ms. L handled it correctly. Without proof, you don't give in to entitled customers. But I do wonder, if Mr. K had returned a third time, would the store have given in? Here's an extra twist. A few weeks later, Mr. K actually messaged the store's Facebook page, saying, I was hot-headed, but next time, give me a discount, okay? OP writes, Ms. L told me not to reply because he was clearly still trying to take advantage. And I'm just sitting here thinking, Mr. K, that's the worst apology ever. Who would believe you? What do you think? Was Mr. K ridiculous, or just clueless? If you were OP, how would you handle an entitled customer like this? And there you have it, an entitled customer drama that had me laughing and shaking my head. A guy demands a refund for an item he didn't buy and ends up embarrassing himself instead. Who could have seen that coming? Whose side are you on, OP's or Mr. K's? Have you ever dealt with a customer like this? Share your own drama in the comments, I'm dying to hear it. So, that's all 4 stories, the cake drama, the shocking affair, the entitled grandma, and the unreasonable customer. Which one was your favorite? Got any juicy stories of your own? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. See you next time.